Yeah.
Time now.
I'll share the photograph.
Yeah. So from next time, I think we will, create a certain kind of a system, meaning we'll decide a kind PowerPoint format, so that it's easy. Then it won't take much time when we, if you are ready with the PowerPoint.
Yeah, yeah.
It can probably even send to us so that we can do the presentation also. That's also fine. So this time we will go like this, and then yeah.
Sure. So here is the photo of that tree. If is it? Can you see?
Huh. Sharing is possible, or
Sharing is possible. Let me just see how I can share it.
you figure out, and by then
Yeah.
if somebody has
Yes.
to share something.
So I can go next, Jinanji.
Yeah,
This is
please.
Riddhi. Yeah, 1 second. I'll just turn on my video and see if I'm audible. Otherwise, I'm sitting outside, so the network is little poor. Here, yeah. So can you hear Jinanji?
Oh, thoda problem hai. I think you
Am I
switch off
audible?
and then. Yeah, I'd better
So,
you.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
So so on our first day of session, I think it was 4 days back, 21st. So I was trying. I usually look at the moon and see the shapes, and I wanted to capture them, but ho nahi paya. It was the moon was really shiny. It was exactly half that day, the on 21st. It was exactly half of its size, and when I was looking at it, I felt the light is coming from the. So basically, how you turn on a bulb and you see the light from the door. So I could see the light from coming from somewhere from the behind, and which was lightening the whole moon, and I could see it very clearly. And yeah, so but it was very difficult to capture, but a foggy eye. I was trying to now it's increasing in size, it's waning, so I wanted to capture it, but it the exact shape is not able to come. And the beautiful, I saw the different shades of white and gray in the moon. And uh, yeah, it was the light was very clearly coming from another source, which I could feel this time. So seeing it every day is it's a very uh, calm experience. That's what I can share. Thank you.
Harkamal are trying to say something. Unmute then.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jinanji. Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Hello, everyone. So, for me, I went more into observation, and yeah. So I feel the process was quite grounding and um, increased my awareness of where I am. Thank you.
Please don't judge your work because our intention is not to judge our work, basically it's
Yeah.
enhancing observation. So don't
Yeah.
worry whether you've drawn well or that's only a means for observation. So
Sure.
let's stick to the the other side, observe, and that's it, because when you draw, when you're looking at something in drawing, we are spending more time observing. So don't worry about how well you draw. How well you observe is the, so it's a means actually. So don't worry about whether the work is good or bad. Or, maybe you could also
Sure.
try one thing, that you don't take your eyes off what you're observing and then you draw. You don't have to worry what you've drawn.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
only seeing, that's it. But you're drawing. So at each second, your eyes are there, but your hands are, making the shape. And you don't have to see at all what you have drawn, In fact, before you look, you even tear it away, so that there's no confusion then.
Yeah. 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 Thank you. I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jinan, I think
Bindu, yeah.
yeah, my experience was also, so I was looking at textures and trying to observe that in nature or wherever I was in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So it was, I think one thought that struck me was that it's everywhere. I mean, beauty is everywhere. How come I had not noticed before? And I was not able to capture it on camera, but because when I did try to, it wasn't able to focus so closely. So I just let that be. I didn't, try to. But I think I like the idea of probably sketching it next time. So yeah, it was definitely an awareness of looking for textures and an enhanced observation, like Harkamal said. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Jinan. This is
Hi.
So I just wanted to share. So over the last 3 or 4 days, I had I didn't go in with an idea of let me look at this or the other. I thought let me first look at what catches my eye, and then sort of think about as I observe, see if it comes to me what that theme would be or what it would fit under. And then I also did the act of trying to photograph it and trying to see. And I feel that actually helped me a lot because, for example, there was the way, when I saw a particular type of a flower or a tree, and it was immediately to me, it felt beautiful. And then I tried taking a photograph. And then when I looked at the photograph, it just seemed very flat and, not beautiful at all, or it didn't convey what I found beautiful in it. And then I sort of realized maybe it's because I'm looking at the light when what I'm observing is the way the light plays on the tree and the shadows and things of the leaves and the flowers. And I wasn't able to capture that on my camera. So then I sat and worked on that, just tried to, and in fact, it was very interesting because I've never spent that much time trying to take a beautiful photograph. And I just wanted to try and convey what I saw to others. It was more thinking like, okay, how do I make others see this beauty? And I spent that time trying to capture the way the shadows played on the light. And eventually I found a few photographs that I was satisfied with. Let me just try to share my screen a little bit.
Sure.
Hang on.
Have you been given permission? Okay.
Can you see it? Can you see the
Yes.
the photograph? So these were, this was the tree. I wasn't too happy with this or this because I just found that whole tree very beautiful. And then I kind of focused on this, where you see that little leaf on top, the light green, and the way the light sort of plays in that. That part. So I was a little happier with this, kind of saying, okay, now you can see the sunlight on this. And then these flowers again, I was trying to, at first I think I got this which I wasn't too happy with. It was just too flat, but this one I was happier with because it just seemed more translucent and the light was really beautiful. And then I saw this bunch of fungi, and this I felt I couldn't capture. I first I kind of did a long shot and then I did a close up of it, but I realized it was this whole thing in conjunction that I found beautiful. Just this whole, the way it arranged itself, the arrangement of the various mushrooms and the shapes and sizes of it, and I somehow couldn't capture that. So my theme was actually, it wasn't just light. I think it was also a kind of arrangement in nature of things. So and I'm still trying to work on capturing those things. But it was I think that idea of photographing, I mean, that's what I wanted to mostly say. The idea of photographing helped me see better in a way and to try to understand what I experienced. So I enjoyed that process.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing now.
So Nisha and Ritu and everybody else who presented, please, recall this and please send a journal, just write and put together so that from next time we have a fantastic collection, and it's open to everybody. So, I couldn't record a few things that Ritu told. I hope, Ranjana, have you recorded that?
I have.
Okay.
I hope, because in between I was disconnected. Net is not good.
I have everything. I have written down everything, my observation, and I'll share that in that PowerPoint presentation that we are making.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, with the photographs and all.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Next person.
Yeah, I can go next.
Akshi.
This is Akshi.
Yeah.
So last few days, like I was mentioning, I was in mountains. So I just came across with lots of waterfalls, and that really gave me a very soothing feeling when I looked at the water, the way the water was falling and making its own way through the rocks. It's beautiful the way it falls down. And despite of it's been so cold that you can't even touch it by your hands, being in that in the cold region, it was leaving me with some warmth. When I take out my feet out of that water, it was so beautiful. And when the water was falling, the sound which I noticed, I was almost able to sit there at peace and meditate for a while. And I actually captured a video for really, for my meditations. I seriously felt that this is a natural sound which is giving me a lot of peace. I tried to capture one of the video. Let me just share the screen and show you. Not sure if I will be able to. Probably I have to figure out how to share the video. Is it visible?
Yeah, but not the sound.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, but that's your screen, nah?
Yeah, can you see it now?
Yeah. But I don't think the sound is heard.
Yeah, so now you will be, do you see that?
Yeah. I think it will be better if we share it on WhatsApp. because video sharing
Okay,
in the
sure. I'll do that.
yeah, video sharing in the screen is very jerky. So so when we
Okay.
watch directly,
Yeah.
it may be better, no? So you can share it in the group
Yes,
actually.
yes. Sure, sure. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So this was one of the things which I wanted to talk about. The other thing was I just, it's not just about the objects or elements which I started observing the beauty where I started observing the beauty. I like Nisha was talking about. I think the first reaction to anything and then looking at the beauty of it. That's something I did with one of the instance where during the night time we had a bonfire, and by the morning it was turned out into the ashes, and my daughter was literally playing with that ash, and she was full of ash all over the place. And my first reaction looking at her was, oh my god, what did you do? I have to clean so much, and why did you get into it? And then suddenly I realized, okay, let me just look at the beauty of it. And then I looked at that smile and that achievement and those messy hairs which were falling on her face. It was so beautiful looking at it. And that moment I just forgot about my anger and that irritation which I was getting, and I was so happy looking at her that that made me to click picture again. I'll share that again on WhatsApp. But she was full of joy. I mean, that was a moment that made me realize that at times they are learning something out of nothing, but just because of us and our conditioning we just stop them from doing so. That is really helping me out when I look at her now and start looking at the beauty. So those are the two instances I wanted to share.
Thank you. Sejal, are you ready for something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I basically dabbled with observing flowers. And what I observed was the play of colors, how nature plays with color. So there's some flowers which have similar kind of colors, taken together to form a beautiful, I mean, I'm basically talking about the color scheme, and some flowers are just like white and purple. So the contrasting two colors and the play of them, the kind of way and the patterns, the texture of the leaves, so the petal, so all of it drew my attention, and I have some photographs to which I can share.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I basically stayed with flowers and the colors that the nature uses. I found it very beautiful. So yeah, that's it.
Jinan, can I share?
Yeah, sure. Who is sharing?
Shalu.
Shalu, please.
So,
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that you're waiting. Please.
no. I was just like, it's
Yeah.
okay. So for me, I haven't taken any pictures, but again, I can experience when you were talking in the last session about textures or about. So for me, I'm surrounded with cats. I have 15 of them, and although I admire them every day, but yes, in these 4 days, whenever they were sitting with me, the softness and the beauty of their hair and their eyes, it was definitely, it had doubled up from what I see, and I could actually spend some time. Otherwise, since we have so many, we're like always running around. But I did sit with them yesterday, and I was admiring how beautiful they are. And so for me, this time, these 4 days were more about the creatures. And today morning, when I was going for the walk, and what caught my eye was the houses. Because as like what I was seeing was that only what pleases my eye. I'm not thinking, I'm not doing anything. It's just what makes me happy. Seeing it. So there was this one particular road where there were these tiny, tiny houses, as Goa has, all the Mangalore tiles and those small, beautiful houses. And I realized that there's so much of beauty around, you know. And now is the season when the leaves are falling. The road is looking so beautiful, it's like dry leaves everywhere. So I've been like observing all these things, and I definitely, these 4 days have been more observant in the whole term of beauty. I'm like just looking around and I'm finding, yes, there's a lot of beautiful things, but the cats are seriously stunning. They're so beautiful. Every cat has a different expression. They have such amazing language. So it has been beautiful. For me, this time the beauty has been in the creatures. They were amazing. They're seriously beautiful, and we are so blessed to have them all around. So that has been my observation. And next time I'll definitely click some more pictures and I'll share them in the group.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, there are some newcomers. Can we just have their quick introduction, the name and the place?
Okay, I'll start. I was not
Yeah.
in the last session.
Yeah.
My name is Shalu. I'm from Goa, and
Yeah.
I had
Which part of Goa?
North Goa. I live in Olavli. So I had attended your session at the Learning Center with Claude.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm an artist. I do mosaics.
Okay.
Can you show me, Jinan?
Yeah. We did hear you. Yeah. Mallikarjun.
Hi everyone, I am Mallikarjun, and I'm pursuing my research in the philosophy discipline from Delhi. And yeah, I'm just at home for the COVID lockdown, and I have a background in engineering and business. So yeah, just here to undo all the damage of engineering and past education, I guess.
Thank you. Anuradha? No, unmute. Not yet.
Bottom left.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Okay.
I used to teach philosophy at the Department of Philosophy in Delhi University. I have taken voluntary retirement, and I stay in Delhi with my husband who teaches at the IIT, and I work from home. I'm trying to write something on the concept of the vernacular, on what the vernacular philosophy of language would look like. Yeah, that's what I do. I have a keen interest in music, and mm, I think I can. Well, I enjoy art. So yeah, that's what I do. Thank you.
Okay. Dhriti.
Yeah, I did my bachelor's in sociology, and then I took a break from studies for a little while. I love music and art, so unknowingly my mother signed me up, as you know. So yeah, so, that's about it.
Yeah. Svetlana.
Hi everyone. I'm not sure why the video is not showing up. I think next time I can make it work, but not this time. I think I have to bring put something on my laptop. But anyways, I'm Svetlana. Nice to meet you, everyone, virtually. I live in Oregon, United States, and I actually don't have any background in art. Um, I have a 3-year-old, and so right now I'm staying home with him. But I'm sort of interested in um, rewiring my mind from conditioned education and schooling and everything. So this course, so I just decided to try this course.
Thank you. Rohit.
Hi, this is Rohit Gupta. I stay in Navi Mumbai, and I work in the banking industry. So I'm exploring these sessions through my child. Really, I have a 5-year-old whom we have enrolled in a Waldorf education system, and through that I got introduced to this forum. I'm exploring all these aspects of life now through that for my child, basically, and for myself, of course. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Did I leave anybody else? I hope other people all have been, yeah. Can we do a quick exercise? Everybody has a pencil and paper.
Yes.
Yes, Jinan.
Yeah, okay. So just, a few things to write, few things to draw. That's what, simple things. So will you do, write, just write tree. 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 Okay, tree. And okay, now draw a mango. I'm sure you must be remembering, no? How you first standard itself this was taught, no? How to draw a mango. Yeah. Mango. And okay, now draw a tree. Okay. So now, the next 10 minutes, if you can go out, find a tree, look at it and draw and come back. 10-15 minutes. Huh? Go out, and look for a tree, observe it, draw and come back. I think 15 minutes is fine, no? Yeah. I hope everybody has access to tree.
Not very close by, but I can see it from my window.
That's it. That's okay. Yeah. Oh, Antara. रंजना अरे सब लोग ये अंतरा को इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया
It's okay.
भूल गया
Actually, my connection was bad. I was trying to speak, but
yeah. Ravi, draw and come. Don't sit here. No discussion.
No, actually, I joined in late, so I just wanted to.
So you didn't hear what I just said? Tree and all that?
Yeah, I heard that. Apart from that, is there any?
Don't worry about it. Just do that and come back.
Okay, cool.
Jinan. Navpreet here. So the place where I'm sitting at my home, I can see a tree. So I don't think I need to go out. I can just look at it. Is that okay?
That's up to you. That's up to you.
Yeah.
It's better.
Okay.
Yeah. क्या खा रहे हैं?
कुछ नहीं. I don't like to eat when I'm online. कुछ नहीं खा रही हूँ मैं.
मेरा वो स्टार्टिंग में रिकॉर्डिंग थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो गया था.
मेरा बीच में डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया ना. थोड़ा सा हुआ है. 2 मिनट्स मैक्सिमम. अभी बंद करती हूँ ना थोड़ी देर के लिए.
When you tell right tree, I can think only about TRAE, whether they spell it right or not. I don't see the image.
So that's not just the case with you. All of us are also not native English speakers. So that is the first instance. What happens is that when you write, usually the image is not there. We are engaging with the text. That's the way the mind is working. So I wanted to just, point out that to you, that when we are reading all the time, our brain gets rewired to stay with the language, number one. Secondly, when you drew the tree, was it in reference to something that you're actually seen, or was it just an abstract image? Abstract is not the right word, just an image.
Yeah, it was
Some memory or something like that.
Just an image, Jinan, yeah, just like a memory, just like straight branches and the trunk,
Yeah, but so you compare these three instances. When you write, what is happening? When you draw from memory, what is happening? Meaning from a habit. And the third was you're actually experiencing. Because you see, tree didn't take even half a second to write.
Yeah.
Even drawing from memory also probably has taken, maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, not more than that. Or a minute maximum. But actually, when you see a tree and draw, tell me how much time it's going to take. No?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to place, the fact that when we get literate, we lose from this whole experience. Our senses have no functioning. Images are, we get trapped in language, in the literacy of it. See? So you can also think that, when you are actually writing, it's purely a mental act. Your senses and, anything connected with that is gone. So, and also if you actually, also when you drew the tree from memory.
What happened?
When you drew the tree from the memory, it was kind of, taken out of context. So your experience of the tree, when you actually went and saw the tree, it was not just the tree that you saw. Of course, the sky was there behind it. There were other trees. There was breeze, there was light. So experience fundamentally is a simultaneous process. All your senses are functioning. It's ensuring you to be present. Presence actually means mind and body are functioning together. Actually one definition of presence can be that. When the mind and body are together, you're present. Correct, no? You're absent, meaning you're not aware of your body. That's all what it means, actually. Because the body doesn't have any choice but to be present. It's not a choice. Body's being present. So the absence is the peculiarity of the educated person, being in absence. We are constantly absent. Presence means senses are functioning, your mind is, present. It's aware of what you're seeing, what you're experiencing. So the idea of drawing was really, not for you to share what you are drawn, but to take you through an experience, three experiences, three different types of, experiences. So we are aware that what really happens, when we train our mind not to be with the body. So I'm also pointing out what is wrong with education from this point of view. How wrongly introduced literacy is the cause for the absence. This is also related to beauty, because when you're actually observing, what you're seeing is only beautiful, Like, when the senses are functioning in an experiential paradigm, experience and the functioning of the senses is not what you decide. It's a functioning anyway, not your decision. So when the senses are fine-tuned, then beauty is also not a choice then. Then you're constantly in that, you're observing, you're seeing things. So the other thing, last time I had told whether to collect different colors of leaves or to see, a leaf with at least 10 colors. Did I say that?
No, Jinan.
Okay. This is another class. Sorry, mix up. That happened long ago. It's not even part of this, actually.
Jinan, can you? I just found that statement very interesting. Can you elaborate on that? When you said beauty is not a choice, when you're constantly in experiencing, when you're constantly, do you think that it is unconscious, or is it that you're so immersed in it that it's just comes naturally, or just what is your?
Yeah. Actually, see, one of the things that I have felt about beauty is that, because see, I find that something that is absolutely mundane, that people don't even bother to look. I always find that beautiful, and I'm also finding that every time I see it, I'm seeing the same beauty. So I often wonder that why is that that the seeing is not happening. The same leaf that you see all every day, every time you see it, it is still same beauty is there. Why is it that? So I've realized that if I'm actually seeing, then I don't get bored. Boredom is probably a state of when your senses are not functioning. For example, in the and I think it is also a mental problem. Just to give an example, that when we are eating food, regular food every day, same chawal dal, actually when you're hungry, don't you find it tasty? It's only by mentally disturbing us, that we want new things. It's actually disease. We want change. That's a mental problem, actually. Because the body doesn't need it. It's the mind's requirement. Who gets bored? It's the mind that gets bored. I don't think body anytime, experiences boredom. Otherwise, why is that food, when you're hungry, why are you enjoying it? But same rice dal has been, this change is only very fairly new. Otherwise, nobody ever thought of, all the different kinds of cuisines, just dal, chawal, sabji. That's it. And you relish it. So similarly, the eye is also like that, when the eye is truly functioning, not with theories and ideas, when it is seeing. There is one more problem to our seeing. Often, we want it for ourselves. So here, a dry leaf is lying down. You don't want to take it and carry and, keep it in your room. Not for you, So when there is no, that you want to make it your own, it's there, it's lying there. You can't own it. So what I'm trying to say is that there is nothing personal that is involved in that. You can't possess it, you can't own it. It's just there. So what I'm also saying is that I think the more we become non-possessive of things, probably beauty will, reveal itself, or you will get access to beauty.
Hello.
Huh.
Would you find then capturing a dry leaf in a photograph a form of possessing?
No, I don't know. I'm not telling that. That is secondary. You can shoot. Of course, you can shoot. I'm talking about the initial connection.
Okay.
Of course you can shoot. I mean, I also bring dry leaves to my house. People think I have some problem with me. Why is he collecting these kind of things, at this age? Yeah, people also think that I am a jadi booty man because I'm looking around for, I look at leaves, plants, wild. So people think he must be some, person dealing with medicine, herbal medicine. No, I have no purpose at all, actually. Just seeing. They are absolutely beautiful. They are worth seeing, So just see. you know. You know, I have wondered, why is the farmers missing the beauty? I'm not making it, you know, that every farmer. Because quite often people look at the use of things, you know, what is the use for me? If you take out what is for me in it, you know, then there is a different relationship to things. Things are there, you are there, you know. You know, actually I'll just share with you some aspect of, you know, how I began to, you know, explore beauty. Of course, it was at the National Institute of Design, you know, that while learning design that I started becoming aware of beauty. And so when I began to work in the rural travel areas, I found a very fundamental difference between how we modern people approach beauty and how the rural travel people approach beauty. What I found is that for us, beauty is an afterthought. You do something and you want to make it beautiful, you know? And we are conscious of that also, you know, we have to make it beautiful. But what I found with the rural tribal people is that what they do turn out to be beautiful. That is when I began to feel that beauty must be something far more fundamentally connected with your biology rather than your psychology. It's not in your eyes, it's not what you see. It's something that is far more deeper, like hunger. Hunger is part of your biology, no? So there is a very innate biological urge for certain kind of order. And because you're biologically so grounded that what you do turn out to be beautiful. And you don't even have to think about it, whether it is beautiful or not, no? It's just there. This is one thing that you encounter when you visit, you know, rural tribal areas, especially the tribal belt, you know. In fact, the very word art is missing from their vocabulary. There is no word art in their vocabulary. Of we are making up our stories telling that cavemen painted and all that. That is all our make-up stories. They did not do any nonsense that we are talking about. They had nothing to do with this kind of painting that we now project. They were painting. No. Or they have done it, but that is not the idea of art that we have. Personal expression and, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is our story. We are projecting simply a 20th century, you know, mental deformity into everybody else. You can step out. You don't have to go into the, you know, into the caveman's age. Step out of the village, this thing. Go to any village. Go to any tribal area. And you can experience this. But don't ask them any questions, because the moment you ask them any questions, you will frame it in such a way that you will get the answer that you want. You see? This is the problem. Don't ask anything, just observe. But be careful with what frame are you looking? So when I began to work with rural tribal people, I found them doing absolutely beautiful things. And I found beauty in every activity that they are doing. Not in making anything, even in doing things, you know, while doing things, you can see the rhythm. So I actually, in 2004 or so, happened to work with children. And I did some work which made me see something absolutely beautiful in children's work. So that is one thing I thought, I can share with you. And this is children from the age of maybe 8, 9, 10 to 12, 13. Rural children, non-literate communities, they have no exposure to art and things like that. There's no subject, all that. So I continued for a few years this, exploration, and just some aspect of that I want to show you. So this is made with dry leaves. So I had purposely refrained from, calling any names, something like collage and all that. No, nothing was actually, so they would just take paper and start doing this, and they would name this, they would just name this magazine activity. That's it. So there was no facility or anything like that, just here and there, children were sitting around and doing this, and you can see quite often in groups. You can see how easily they broke some rules, so they mixed up magazine and leaf. So frankly, it's not a breaking any rule. There's no sense of rule actually. So that is far more freedom. We actually often talk about breaking rules. So we already have rule in our mind, whereas they are free from rules. That's a much more better state of being free, freedom, than being rebel actually. Actually, that is the freedom that children have. So it is so naturally, initially they were using scissors, So I found naturally they started tearing and started using. This is not something that they've learned from anything. So actually, this is what actually made me, there are much more that I will by and by share with you, but I wanted to show you that sense of beauty is so fundamentally rooted in, as a biological thing. And because we don't handle that, we don't understand it, we fragment all this into by creating different subjects, art and drawing separately, collage, so many terminologies, so many fragments, that this integral aspect is lost finally. So one of the things that I ask normally in groups is that, what is the color of sky? Can you tell me? Okay, don't worry. Normally, usually 95% people, educated people, tell the color is blue. Of course, then there are some variations. Some would say white, black, this kind of things. So the same question was asked in a school to children, 7, 8 years. So first they asked back, what time of the day are you referring to? So similarly, I also asked this question, that what is the color of leaf? If you have a quick answer, then you can tell me. The regular answer, the normal answer you get is green. There isn't a doubt, because that is what we have learned. So one activity that we can do is to collect leaves, but no plucking, not from the tree, from the ground, as many colors as possible. I have actually picked from under one tree around 30 colors, from one tree. And I also then started counting what is on the tree, and I was able to see around 36 colors in one tree. 6 on the tree, from its growth, when it's just coming out, then slowly as it changes color and become green, from green it changes, so after it falls down, I'm talking about 30 colors. Of course, it's only in one tree. It's not common in every tree. So it will be a good activity for us to go around and see, so many colors are there. Just if you explore only one thing, just leaves, that's it. So if that particular activity interests you, then our next but this is only a suggestion. You can, what if you have something in mind, you want to explore something else, light or texture or whatever that is on. But I just one suggestion that I have is that we do this, and then we use those 5 colors I told you, poster colors: red, black, blue, yellow, white. No green, white, 5 colors. Just using that, mix and make the colors that you see on the leaf. So around 10 colors at least, if you could, and you don't have to share this also, just that, you see, actually, why I'll tell you why I'm sharing this exercise with you. When I had started working with the children in the village, actually, I didn't have money to buy 12 colors, luckily. So I bought only 6 colors. And I found that all children were able to mix and match and get the color that is there on the leaf. I thought this was an amazing feat, actually, We are trying to get 36 colors for children, so they don't have to think at all. Apply the color. Whereas I found that just with 6 colors, they were able to make all the colors that they want. So then I purposely began to reverse this process. Wherever I go, I give them only minimum color that is required and so you see, if you look at the whole modern educational paradigm, we never talk about creating knowledge. It's only about transferring knowledge and teaching. We neither talk about process of learning nor talk about creation of knowledge. Have you heard any time anybody talking about creation of knowledge? And then we say there is no creativity. I mean,
there's an obscene word that they use, insemination of knowledge.
Oh.
Dissemination.
Yeah, I remember once I was in Bhopal and some village we were going, or like Hindi, thing was there, notice board. So it was written, that is where वो बांटने का जगह ऐसे बोल रहा था, literacy बांटने की जगह. It was like a ration shop, no? You are giving things. So a similar thing is what is, that you can see with the educational system, They are distributing knowledge. Yeah. So this is one exercise. Exercise is the wrong word. One suggestion. Yeah. Okay. So from next time, what we can do is that I'm sending you a template. I will send it in the WhatsApp group. That will be easier. It's just a PowerPoint, this thing, just your name should be there on one page, not in the, subsequent pages. So there, if you can put the photographs and then post it, and one of us, we will decide if anybody can volunteer, they can do the sharing of the PowerPoint every time. So number one, what I've done is that we will be immediately creating a Google Drive folder where you can post your PowerPoint. So the day before, one of you, if you can connect with us, become volunteer and put together this presentation and share it when the meeting is happening. Otherwise, a lot of time will go in sharing and things like that. Videos are very important. Videos, we can share it through WhatsApp. Because sharing videos through this would be very, very difficult. I will share something that I just shot 2 days ago. All these are basically to enhance observation and to enable others' observation. This is all our purposes. So whatever images that we are shooting is for that purpose. And what I'm talking about video is that you are actually just making your observation extend to maybe 5 seconds. That's all. So these are not big videos we are talking about. You're seeing something and you're focusing your attention, which means you are zooming in. Correct, no? You saw something and then you zoom in. So just do a zooming in kind of a photograph and then share it. You saw some beautiful movement happening, So you just took the shot of that movement. That's it. So we are not, we're not talking about long videos. I think, 5 seconds is good enough, I think, maybe slightly more, maybe 10, not more than that. Yeah, understood, no? Yeah. So some examples we will share also. And is it fine?
Yep.
So as anybody has anything to add, ask? Yeah, Malikan.
Mr. Jinan, I wanted to ask that I've been actually wondering about it. First of all, that can we really look or observe without any frame? You know, that was one question. And the other related to beauty was, I mean, yes, when we look around, like a lot of things appear beautiful. I mean, I would say attractive, as in they capture your attention. But also there are things, you know, like human actions, which are beautiful. And there is, because the thing that you mentioned, you know, like if your senses are really awake, and like you equated beauty with a certain ordering of things. And in that sense, biologically speaking, then there is also a school of thought which says, you know, like how you find the opposite sex attractive or something, it's related to the symmetry of the face and the body and everything. So there are sort of two layers, sort of
Actually, you know, the whole purpose of us meeting is not to discuss beauty.
Yeah.
We won't get into too much of discussion here, you know. Don't damage the mind. Let it stay calm. And let us figure out on our own, you know, if we want to indulge in this, you know. I did for some time, then I dropped. I just, you know, stay quiet, calm, and and also stopped thinking about it, and stop reading about it, because I feel that whatever we need to understand come from inside of us, not from outside. You know, you stay quiet, calm, watch, and then insights could happen. You know, it's not an absence to your observation. You're observing, you're paying attention to the world around, you're seeing things, but you are not making the conclusion. You know, you are not making any theory. It's an insight from inside of you. It's telling, "Ha, ye kuch ho gaya. Something happened." You know, your job is just to observe. You know.
Okay, makes sense.
So, yeah. No, but don't feel, you know, that these things shouldn't be asked. They can be asked, but no answers will be. Don't seek answers here. That's all.
No.
Questions, of course, our questions should be raised, and you know, that's okay.
That was basically just to do with because one finds oneself so trapped now in the mind. Like, what does it mean to even look has become problematic.
Yeah, and I tell you, the worst education that is engineering for that. Maximum damage.
Totally.
Having gone through, you know, engineering, that's why I'm telling you. I have, you know, I know.
Yeah, we friends discuss one thing, that it seems like the rest of the life seems to be undoing of the damage that we went through those 4 years.
Yeah.
Jinan and Mallikarjun, I have a question here. So is engineering a problem, or the way it is taught is a problem?
See, actually, engineering is not a problem if you don't, you know, teach, because all children are engineers by birth.
Yeah.
All children are scientists by birth, and all are artists. You know, the problem is we fragment everything and destroy it. Finally, you know, we just become, I don't know what we become, but you know, we have lose our true humanness. You know, which is not fragmented into any of this. Of course, there could be priorities of attention. That's a different thing. But fundamentally, we have these qualities in us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so few people we have, you know, not shared this time. So I hope next time we can. All right.
Next session is on what day?
बोलो
देख रही हूँ
अच्छा
29 Friday.
Yeah, morning, na? 29th, same time. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
Jinan.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Jinan
lot.
ji.
You.
Thank you. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Jinan.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.